Okay, hello everyone. Um, I want to get on and give a life update. So on May 21st, I went on vacation. I went on a godly getaway, and it wasn't the first time that I've done that. I try to do them like once a year, and I just went away for a few days to spend time with God. Throughout that time, he told me a lot of stuff. He talked to me about pruning. And that's what inspired the video that I posted last week. He talked to me about getting ready for war. I was spending a lot of time in Ephesians. He talked to me about plans and how we can create plans, but ultimately he orders our steps. And he gave me all of these different things. But then on May the 22nd, um, he was speaking to me about seasons and about being in a dry season. He told me, do not be ashamed of your dry season. Be open and use it to minister to others, even while you are still in that season. And then on May 24th, he was speaking to me again about storms. And he said to record your journey, let others be a witness to the change God is about to do through you. And I'm reading you guys exactly what I wrote in my notes during that time period. I didn't realize when he was giving me all of this stuff about being prepared for war and pruning and dry seasons and him ordering my steps and seeking him no matter what. Because he also told me, like on May 22nd, in good and bad times, seek Christ no matter what your circumstances are. Seek him, seek the kingdom. And I had no idea that Saturday morning at about between 2 and 3 a.m., my only child, my 25-year-old son, would commit suicide. So just a few days later, I lost my only child. Um, I've been absent on YouTube and haven't been posting videos because, life has been lifing, and part of that was his mental health struggles. I have another family member who's actually a child struggling as well. And so just really didn't have time to produce content. So that is why I have been away. But as I was reflecting on what God told me yesterday and this morning, he actually showed me last night to blog daily and document how I'm feeling and what I'm doing through this grieving process. I've had so many mothers reach out to me and tell me that they've lost children, whether it was suicide, leukemia, car accidents, they've lost their children. And there's no handbook on how to mourn. There are different stages of grief. Some of these videos may just be 30 seconds long. Some may be longer. Some I may be crying and snotting all over the place, and some I may not. But I'm hoping by documenting my journey, I'll be able to help someone. So until the Holy Spirit tells me otherwise, I will be live here on YouTube every day at some point during the evening and just telling you where I'm at in my grief process. So since God told me to do this last night and I was in bed and I did not feel like pulling out the camera, I'll start with yesterday. So yesterday morning, someone texted me, of course I'm getting lots of texts and phone calls from people checking on me, which I appreciate. I appreciate the love. And someone texted me and asked me how I was doing. And it's one of those questions that when you're in grief, you hate because it's like, how do you think I'm doing? And it's one of those questions that a lot of people don't want to ask, but I think they don't know like what to say. And so as I was getting ready to type a response, I was just talking to God about how I felt about just that question and how to answer. I was like, because I don't feel good. I'm not good. And he was like, but you're okay. So answer that you're okay. And I was like, what? And he told me that, yes, I'm sad. Yes, I'm grieving. And at that point, I was in tears. And I'm sure there'll be more tears. But I am okay. I will survive this. It hurts like hell. My heart has been ripped out. That was my baby, the love of my life. But I will be okay. And I am okay. So whoever's experienced grief out there, I want you to know that you are okay and that you will be okay. And if you need help, get help. I'm sure at some point throughout this process, I will speak to a counselor. I'm not going to try to do this on my own, you know. I'll do that in God's timing, but I'm going to talk to someone if need be. But I'm okay. So that was the first thing I got out of yesterday. The second thing was, my family was here, of course, and we cooked out and we were looking at all pictures. We were pulling out pictures for the obituary, for the funeral, and just looking at all pictures. We were just laughing and we were happy and remembering things. And when I went to bed last night, I went to bed and I was praying and I was like, God, I'm happy and I feel guilty and I feel bad. Like I shouldn't feel happy because my child literally just died 2 days ago. But I, as I was praying, God told me that it was okay to feel happy. And He reminded me that just that morning, like I was laying in bed and I was just crying out to Him. I was heartbroken and I was asking for peace. I asked for His peace that surpasses all understanding. And He was like, today I gave you peace. So it's okay to be happy. It doesn't mean you loved Him any less. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have sad moments. And so now, so we come to today. Today has been very difficult. It's been a difficult day, because he died on Saturday and Monday was a holiday. I could not get in contact with the medical examiner to get his body released to the funeral home. So I've been working on that today and speaking with his employer and life insurance and planning the services and just everything that you have to do when someone dies. And my phone has been ringing nonstop. And I just have felt like at times I couldn't breathe and like I was drowning and just this weight with everything that I have to do to get ready. Go figure. But I made it through. And I had a wax appointment and I was running late. I knew I was going to be running late because I lost track of time and I left the house late. And I was just like, I'm going to go. It looks like I'm going to be about 10 minutes late. Maybe they can still see me and work me in. And so I did. And when I got there, she's like, well, we give you a 9-minute grace period, but you're at like 11, 12 minutes. So you've missed it, but I can have her see you in like an hour. I was like, okay. So I just sat there and she ended up coming out about 20 minutes later and I saw the receptionist talking to her. And she's like, I'll take her. And I met the most delightful, amazing woman. Never met her before. And she has no idea the pain and the heartbreak and what I was going through. And the reason I kept the appointment is because I knew I needed to drive. Because often when I'm driving, I have some of the best conversations with God and best praise and worship sessions. I can't sing, but in my car, in my shower, I am the best singer ever. So I knew just that drive would help me. But I had no idea how much just those 15 minutes with her would lift my spirits and help me. And on the way, my sister called me and I told her, a couple things that I was struggling with. I needed music for the services and still had to do the obituary. And it was me asking for help and she was able to help. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't feel like you have to do it all on your own. I wanted things done a certain way. Like I want his obituary to be very professional, graphic design. I have a graphic design background. He was in college for graphic design, but one of my sister's best friends is a graphic designer. So I don't have to do it myself. And they're going to take care of it. And then my childhood friend, who I just didn't even think of, and she's been supporting me throughout this whole process, but it never dawned on me that she sings. My sister suggested her and called her, and she said she'd be honored to sing at the funeral. So just asking for help, I was able to get those things taken care of. So yesterday was a good day. Today was a tough day. But I'm ending today on a good note. I'm ending today at peace. I know I'll probably cry tonight because nighttime is tough. So when I go to bed, I'll probably cry, and that's okay. And tomorrow I get to go and plan my child's funeral. I'll see him for the first time. But I reached out for help. And I have my sister and my niece and my two best friends will be there with me, as well as the mother of his child, and she's the one that found him. So keep her in your prayers. Her name is Kiara. Keep my 3-year-old grandson, his son, Caleb, in your prayers. And keep me in your prayers. This is my journey. This is my grief walk. And I pray that by me being vulnerable, by me being obedient, I will be able to help someone else. And if you're struggling with depression, if you feel sad, if you feel like your emotions are out of control, please, please, please seek professional help. You are not in it on your own. I am a Christian. I believe in prayer. I believe in giving things to Jesus. But I also believe that Jesus has given us medical professionals, and that includes mental health professionals. So talk to a counselor that can help you. If you're feeling suicidal, call the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline at 988. You can call them, you can text them. 988 is free, and they are there to help you. I love you, and I'll see you all tomorrow.